All right, everybody. I just finished The Dip by Seth Godin. It is this tiny little awesome book titled The Dip, a little book that teaches you when to quit and when to stick. I listened to this on Audible. It was like an hour and a half total. So this is something that I listened to for 5 minutes at a time every day I was driving home from dropping my kids off at daycare. And then I think one time I got like a 30-minute chunk. It is very good. It was excellent. It was quick. And I think literally everyone should read this book. For some people, it might change their whole life, honestly. This is not the first time I've encountered like the general concept, but man, did it drive it home for me. The general premise of the book is that quitting is not a bad thing. It is actually a tool. It is a way to win. And it is something that you use so that you can get through the dip on the thing that you can be the greatest in the world at, and to stop doing the things that you cannot be the greatest in the world at. So in a nutshell, that's what the book is about. It starts with, I feel like giving up. Almost every day, in fact. Not all day, of course, but there are moments. My bet is that you have those moments too. If you're the kind of high-achieving, goal-oriented person who finds herself reading a book like this, you're probably used to running into obstacles. Most of the time we deal with obstacles by persevering. Sometimes we get discouraged and turn to inspirational writings, like stuff from Vince Lombardi that says, quitters never win and winners never quit. That is bad advice. Winners quit all the time. They just quit the right stuff all the time. Most people quit. They just don't quit successfully. I'm going to stop reading because I'm sure you're already hooked. That did just give me a little memory of something that I loved about the book that I can recap. It talks about like how does one quit successfully? It has to do with a little bit in summary of what I already said. Like you want to quit the things that you're not going to be the best in the world at, but it's actually better to quit before you start. Like just don't start it, right? Save your time. Be realistic with yourself. Understand that there is a benefit to being the best. And there are very few benefits to being average or just getting by or being mediocre. But one of the things that Seth says in the book that I think is excellent practical advice is to, before you start something, like a marathon, let's just use that, decide under what circumstances and conditions you will quit. That way you've made the decision ahead of time. If you don't do that, you may be running a marathon and on mile 20 be like, oh my God, it's really cold and I'm really tired and I kind of want a waffle. And you might quit. But that probably is not what you would have told yourself that's worth quitting. All this hard work, that would be the circumstance that I would quit under if you were deciding this ahead of time. I think that is excellent practical advice. There's a lot of excellent practical advice in this book. Again, it is not long. I will probably be buying a paperback copy, and it will be one of those little nightstand books that when I feel like quitting, I pick up and read. But I loved it. So that's it. The Dip by Seth Godin is a bitchin' book. I highly recommend you read it. That's it for this little bitchin' book because it's teeny weeny. And on to the next. See you next time.